Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Octopath Traveler and Geek Quest. Yes, this is a similar voice to Dr. Az from Heo vs. Beast. I thought it'd be fun to imitate for him for a moment. Okay, that's enough of that. So last time we were doing stuff with Cyrus. We were, we went to the temple and he talked about how he is a fanny. And that he was a high-class nerd teacher, and yeah. So now we're going to continue on with that, with his story and his beginning of his tale, and then we'll get him as a companion and move on to up, and away from that. But until then, let's do this. Yeah. Oh, that wasn't where this is where to go. In here? Inside of the house. Okay. Hello, I'm the doctor.
It's me, Cyrus.
Good day. Mercedes, Cyrus Albright here to browse the special archives. I am Dr. Professor Cyrus. Would you like to take your order? Oh, Professor Albright, you're quite eager today. When I heard that an original copy of Church of the Flame, a complete history, had been donated to archives, I simply had to see it first. Had to be the first to see it, even.
I see.
You're more on top of our collection than I am. Just sign here. Yes.
Pleasure.
Is something amiss?
Actually...
For some reason, as the most brilliant mind in the Royal Academy, when you talk about books, your Giddy's a schoolboy. Oh. When you put it that way, yes, much as a child is fascinated by a new toy. I am titillated by the prospect of acquiring new knowledge.
I see.
Right, the expression on your face says it all. Anyway, everything seems to be in order. Enjoy your quest for knowledge, Professor.
Many thanks.
Many thanks, my dear. I most certainly will. Yes, pip pip cheerio and all that good stuff.
What have we here?
How odd. The tomb is nowhere to be found. What? Who took it? Did someone return it to the wrong shelf? Not here either.
An interesting dilemma.
These archives are strictly guarded and curated. Wherever could it have gone?
Professor Albright!
The headmaster would like to see you at once. Ah! Of all times. Oh well. Might I ask you a favor? What might that be?
The truth is...
The tome I mentioned before seems to have gone missing. Could you locate it for me?
I see.
Missing, huh? I'll begin looking for it at once, Professor.
Many thanks.
Many thanks, my dear.
Cyrus Albright, by your request, sir.
Do enter. My apologies for summoning you on such short notice.
How might I be of assistance, Headmaster?
That treatise on arcane studies you published. What in the gods' names were you thinking?
Sir? I do believe I made my hypothesis perfectly clear.
I'm not talking about your hypothesis. You went out of your way to cite one of the texts in our special archives.
Aw, shnikes. This means the special archives are supposed to be not kept or not allowed to the public, and yet he decided to publicly boast about it. Not boast about it, but publicly announce it unofficially through means of a hypothesis. Damn, we're in trouble.
The knowledge housed in those tomes is the Royal Academy's greatest treasure. It is not to be divulged to the public at your whim. Laying it bare in one of your silly papers is out of the question.
I am fully aware of the value of those tomes, Headmaster. It is for that very reason I would share the knowledge with my peers.
This is the old argument that no knowledge should be kept secret. And this is kind of like the royalty wanting to keep the knowledge secret, because if the knowledge is known to the public, then it gives the public too much power. I mean, you could say that that's why a lot of times when people who were of I guess dictators and emperors of the past, they would purposely hide outside information or what's going on in the world, or other styles of ruling from the people, so that way they thought that, and would propagate that what they were doing is the best. Such in like North Korea, even though there's a lot of people who aren't so fooled by it, they purposely keep they try to sell it to the people that outside of North Korea, everyone is actually much worse, and that North Korea is a paradise in the world. It's a very god complexy thing, and in recent eras, communism is one of the ones that had one of the biggest bringers about of this, and because of the fact that it's taking power instead of spreading it out into layers, it centralizes it, and then the end result of communism supposedly is supposed to be that you somehow, once it's centralized, you just kind of dump it all away, and then it therefore just kind of releases it all back out. But that's actually, I mean, once you get to that centralization, typically you want to keep it there, because the people who are usually centralizing it usually want the power in the first place, so,
You are to share nothing! That wisdom is for the Academy, and the Academy alone!
But that goes against everything.
Enough, Cyrus!
Oh, Cyrus. I don't know if it's Sirius or Cyrus or what. Most everyone was calling him Albright to this point.
Even my best argument is sure to fall on deaf ears.
Well, usually that's because he has no, not conjuncture, but no way of countering, really. I mean, even if you say is correct, it's of the idea that these things are sacred and therefore should not be divulged to the public.
The headmaster sees knowledge as a medal or precious stone, something to be appreciated by its rightful owner alone. Knowledge is power, and power is to be hoarded. An unfortunate attitude, indeed.
I think within moderation it should be hoarded. I mean, if it's given 100% to everyone, then a lot of times it ends up in the wrong hands, and then those people will find ways of collecting it anyways. So therefore, it shouldn't be an even evenly disputed, but the people who do own it should have some type of ways of being kept in check, you know, kind of thing.
My sincere apologies, Headmaster. It won't happen again. Is there anything else you need of me?
That is all. You may go.
It's funny because I keep liking everything in my head back to programming, and you know, even in that example, I was just like, oh yeah, you know, some people should have more power than others, but it shouldn't be like they shouldn't be able to just willy-nilly do whatever they want. And you almost think of it kind of as like, oh, is that like main in like programming? Because main's a big function that basically you use to call all the other functions, and that's what main does. As you progress in writing out programming and stuff like that, because you start out writing everything in main, and then you make smaller functions, and you have main call those functions. So like the main powers in main, but it's also have some distributed throughout the entirety of the program itself. I don't know. Anyways, again, because I wasn't programming and stuff like that, a lot of times I think about things like that.
Wait, there was one last thing.
I think that has to do just with programming being so relatable to real life and how the brain and mind works in general. And how computers function is very similar to how humans in a microcosm act, or preferably act, you know?
Sir?
I heard the special archives will be closing early today. If you have research to do there, I would do so quickly.
It almost seems like a setup. Also, is it Yvonne? Or Vaughn? And the Y is silent? Yolnia? I don't know.
Good gods. It's as if he enjoys watching me suffer.
Probably because you're the favorite.
Thank you for your concern, Headmaster. In that case, I'll be on my way.
Enter.
Excuse me.
Headmaster? I was waiting for that part. She didn't say it.
What's the matter?
It's about Professor Albright, sir. Oh no. It's okay, I really must be getting back to my research though. Dum-da-dum-dum-dum, researching nerd here. Alright, so that was it for this episode. Trying to keep them shorter and concise just because I've been told before that especially since if you're like not a well-known channel or something like that, sometimes people don't like to sit through the longer ones. So I will be continuing this on, obviously, and so I thank you for watching. If you would please like, share, comment, subscribe, that'd be most appreciated. But until then, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.